What's up, Hyperdrivers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be comparing two Wedge Antilles helmets, RS Prop Masters versus Hasbro Black Series. We'll be going over cost, material choice, size, and paint application. Let's get to this. Welcome, Hyperdrivers and newcomers. I'm the Medinalorian, and here on the Hyperdrive we talk about Star Wars news, collecting, and video games. If you like the content that you see on this channel, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you can jump to light speed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. All right, so let's get to this comparison. Right off the bat, this is not going to be a which one is better than the other. These are two different helmets made from two different movies, two different manufacturers. So they're different, and come with different price points. So it's really dependent on what you like better, and you can go chase that if you want to go chase that. On my left here is the RS Prop Masters limited edition Wedge Antilles helmet from Return of the Jedi. This is his red leader helmet. This is a more limited one, only has an edition size of 100, and it was made in conjunction with the Hyperdrive Facebook group for the group members. So only 100 of these were made. It ran $589 roughly USD plus shipping. So this is more of an expensive helmet. It comes to about $600 in the US. So expect to pay upwards of that if you're looking to pick this one up. All right. This one over here is the Hasbro Black Series one. It's based on the Wedge Antilles helmet from A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back. It is a prop replica for you to be able to put on the wall. You can do cosplay with it. And it also has some electronic features in it and everything. It does lights on the visors, and it plays audible sounds that you can hear when you're wearing it. So in that sense, it's kind of more of a toy when you think of it in that aspect, but it's a very high-end, very nice toy. Runs $120, $125 initially. If you're looking to pick this one up on eBay right now, it goes upwards of $150 to about $180. I've seen it go around there. This one still you can find on eBay. This one right here is just being delivered into collectors' hands, so I haven't seen any of these come up just yet. So that's the differences in price. The material that they use on each one of them is also pretty different. The one on the left right here, the RS Prop Masters, is made to be identical to the way the helmet was made during the filming of the movie. It's very, very lightweight. So if this is something that you want to wear for cosplay, it's much more easy on your head, right? So you're not having all this weight on your neck. It's vacuum formed plastic, and then it has stickers and all that other features to make it look identical to the one in the film. It has in the inside a lining, and then these pads right here are a leather material. So this is a leather material. It's got some beautiful stitching that goes with it. So that's really nice how that one was made. This one right here is also a plastic helmet, but it's much heavier than this one right here from RS Prop Masters. This one, in my opinion, feels more like what I would expect a helmet to feel like. It feels a little weightier, feels like it has electronics built into it, because it does. And this is my idea of it. Now the interior is plastic, but it has these very soft cloth material ear muffs that you can get your head in very easily. Whereas with the RS Prop Masters, it's a little more difficult to get your head in there. I had to pull the pads out in order to get my head to squeeze in correctly. Okay? Some other differences. And I don't know if it's a difference in the movie that's the reason why this came out that way, but so the lens that you have right there on this one, on the RS Prop Masters, is not as yellow as on the one from Black Series. So you can see that. And then it also has this nose guard right here. So it has that as well. And that's not apparent on this one. This one doesn't have the nose guard, but you can see that it's much more yellow on the lens. So that's a difference there. Let's go over the size of it. So you can see right off the bat when you put them side by side that it looks like the Hasbro Black Series is slightly taller. But let's just go ahead and take some measurements and make sure that's the case. So in the RS Prop Masters, this guy is sitting roughly 11 and a quarter, maybe less than 11 and a quarter inches tall to the top of the mohawk right here. And then on the Hasbro Black Series, it's more like 11 and 3/8, almost 11 and a half inches tall to the very top. So it is slightly taller with the Black Series helmet. Width is about 9 inches or so, a little less than 9 inches, whereas the Hasbro Black Series is roughly about the same. They seem to be about the same width, so that's cool. Wonder why it feels a little tighter on the RS Prop Masters. Let's measure it this way. So the spot to fit your head in is about 7 inches wide, and towards the front you got about 7.5, 7 inches that way. On the Black Series, the space to fit your head in is 8 inches wide. So yeah, it is a little wider down at the bottom to get your head in, and then you got about the same front to back when it comes to the space to fit your head into on this one. So there's that. Here's how the helmets look, so, you know, going the other direction, just the depth of it. So it also looks like the Black Series is a little bit deeper. So this one is about 11 inches deep, whereas this one is more like 10.5 inches deep. So this one is not as wide. It's a little smaller helmet, just slightly though. It's hard to see the difference, you know, when you're staring right at it. Like if I had them on 2 separate sides of the room, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. Now the weathering, I'm chucking up to the fact that this is Return of the Jedi. It's been, you know, he's been wearing the helmet longer. You know, this is much later in the Civil War, and this one is towards the beginning, or not towards the beginning, but the first movie anyway. So it looks a little newer, which is what I see there. Just looking at these little V symbols here, so those seem to be the same on these. You see, they're a little bigger on the Black Series right here, you know, versus the ones over here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you got the red dot. You got the same thing over here and the red dot. And then you have the 2 V's on the back. And for each respective helmet, it looks like the red dots line up pretty closely. So you have that. You can see also that these markings right here on the side here, they're more angled on the Black Series. The angle of it is a little different than the one on the RS Prop Masters. So that's a difference there. On the opposite side, you can see on the, there you go. You can see on the Black Series, the third V is missing the black V, whereas the one on the RS Prop Masters still has that V right there on the fourth one. So it's got the black V right there. So that's still apparent right there. And then on this side though, it almost looks like the angle is closer on this marking here than it is on this side. It's almost like the stickers on the Black Series are actually not aimed in the same angle. So on one angle, it's a little bit more angled, a little more steeper, and on this side, it's a little more shallow. That's interesting. Never noticed that before. That's pretty cool, or interesting to note anyway. Other things that are different on this helmet, these little like box sections right here, this section right here, and then also on the opposite side where your button is for this one, you can see it on that side. It's smaller than on the RS Prop Masters. The RS Prop Masters is a little bit bigger in that box there, and then also on the opposite side. It's definitely wider on the RS Prop Masters. As for the mohawks, the mohawk on the Black Series is a little thinner. It's not as wide as the one on the RS Prop Masters. And in the very front on this one, you can notice that the RS Prop Masters has a black line going around this front part of the mohawk, where this one does not. Also, the black lines that go all the way down the mohawk on the Black Series are wider. They're not as wide on the RS Prop Masters. You can see they're very thin as they go all the way around. And then also, they go all the way around to the underside of the Mohawk right there. Whereas on the Black Series, that's not the case. See that it stops right there. It's white down at the bottom. This is where you put your batteries in, where you would install the batteries for this prop. This one has, like I said, electronic features. The little green marks here on the opposite side of the Mohawk, those seem to line up okay. They're actually a little higher up on the Black Series on this side than it is on this side. And then on the opposite side, you can see that they're a little closer together than they are on the RS Prop Masters. So that's a difference as well. The microphone on this one here has a like a malleable, posable wire that allows you to move the microphone around, and it has an actual plastic piece here that looks like a little microphone piece. Whereas on this one right here, it's not very movable. This is kind of stiff, and then you have this rod that sticks out of the black tubing right here. So you have that. Also, the way the chin strap works on the RS Prop Masters, it's Velcroed to the lining on the inside of the helmet. Whereas on the Black Series, the only thing that's Velcroed are these pads here. These have like a little lock on the inside, and this is much more stretchable to accommodate different heads. Where this one is a little tighter, so you'd have to kind of like lower it on the Velcro so that it fits your face a little bit better. Okay? Then the last blaring thing is the weathering. And like I said, I think the weathering is just heavier on the RS Prop Masters, is because this is later during the war. I'm not really too familiar with the version from A New Hope to be able to tell you if this is the proper weathering for the one from A New Hope. But this one is much lighter in weathering. It's a lot cleaner. It's got some weathering around the Mohawk on both sides, so you can see that here. It's got a lot of like little muddied areas in the corners and everything, which I got to give Black Series props for even putting in there, because sometimes they just give you a clean helmet, you know, which is, it's nice that they give you at least a little bit of weathering. I also like that these lines right here, some of them are kind of peeling off and you know, look like they've been scuffed and everything, and you can't feel them. There's like another layer or like protecting clear or something that they put over the stickers, so that you really don't feel the stickers at all when you're holding this helmet and feeling how everything feels, you know. So that's also pretty neat when it comes to this helmet. Also, the striping is a little bit different color on this one. This one here is more of like a gray around here, whereas on the RS Prop Masters, it's a black. It's a solid black on those. On the RS Prop Masters, those stickers are apparent. You can feel them. You know, they're raised, so when you put your hand across it, you can feel those lines on everything. So it's definitely just laying there. And I love the way that this one's dirtied up and muddied up. This one looks like it's been through some hell. And I love the scuffing here and scratches on the green. I also like that the green is darker and it's got more of a muddied dirt grime type of feel to it. So you can see the difference in color there. This one, like I said, is much cleaner. You don't see any kind of grime on the green areas. You just got this one scuff right here. And that's basically it. The green's pretty clean on this helmet. So that's that. So that's the difference in color right there. And that's basically the differences between these two helmets. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that I could throw at it. Even the visors have a very similar shape to them. This one here is a little more rounded, I would say, possibly, but not by much. It's pretty freaking close. Let's see what else they got. Yeah, like some of the angles here in this area here is a little bit wider than it is on the Black Series. This is a little thinner, more shallow. So there's just subtle differences in the way the sculpt is. You can see that the ear section here is a little higher on the Black Series. So yeah, just some subtle differences there, here and there. But that's gonna about do it for this one, Hyperdrivers. I'm pretty happy with both of these helmets. You know, this one is less expensive, still pretty cool. You know, could use a little bit more weathering and stuff if you wanted to, but it has a really nice feel to it, and obviously a great price for something that you want to just have on the wall. This is pretty cool. This one right here comes with that signature, which is awesome. Has some really nice paint, really nice details. So you can't really beat RS Prop Masters. They do a fantastic job with their product. So if you have the money for something like this, this is a really great option as well. But that's my thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments which is the one that you would go after if you had the money to get it. And then until next time, may the force be with you.